Hi, Gemini, or anyone watching for Gemini. This is a love reading that is timeless. It'll resonate whenever you find it. Also, if you haven't checked out the reading for April, I did them very late in the month, and I feel like some of those energies are starting to resonate with people I know now. So make sure that you look at that as well. All right, guys, I've shuffled your deck, I've pulled your cards, and as always, if you're watching for Gemini, just reverse the roles. You got some really interesting cards, like especially for your advice. So let's take a look at the surrounding energies to see what's going on because I'm seeing messages and delays in the reverse and love. So something I'm seeing very clearly, something you've been waiting for looks like it's finally starting to move, but it's after the decision that you make of like not being sad about whatever this has been, because it feels like the person that you're dealing with is probably doing something else with someone else because you're viewing them as the magician. But I'm also seeing them take some kind of action towards you. What's interesting to me though is that you get into this space, I feel like before this even happens, where you are thinking a lot about why the situation went the way it went and what about the situation was so attractive to you. Because it looks like to me, whoever you were dealing with, I'm finding your card here and I'm seeing that this person was very content by themselves in a way that almost seems selfish. And the reason it seems selfish is like it's one thing to be happy by yourself, but it's another thing to want someone to give so much to you and then not like give in return, right? That becomes something different. It's not just like you're independent and you're autonomous. This is more like this person is kind of coming through as somebody who uses people or doesn't see the value of love or someone's efforts, right? You could have met this person at a time when they were really down on their luck and you like nurse them back to health. And then it's almost like they act like they don't know you or they don't need you. It could be that this person was there for you at a time that you felt really bad, and then suddenly they don't know you, right? There's something here where it looks like you guys really went through a time together where it was very uncertain or you didn't know what the outcome would be. And so it's kind of a slap in the face that this person behaves this way, like, I don't need you or I don't know you. And I feel like for you, it could be because of Mercury retrograde. It could be because there's that Scorpio eclipse coming. You're starting to think about your future. It could even be because Gemini season will be here soon and everybody's got birthdays coming. And kind of thinking like, what do I need to wrap up, right? What do I need to be done with? You're viewing your connection with this person as something that has definitely made you stronger, but it also showed you like where you focus your attention, like how you may need to rethink that simply because the way that this person treated you, like you weren't good enough or like your efforts weren't good enough. It's taken you a long time to like rebuild yourself based on the way that this person is kind of detracted from your self-esteem. For some of you, this person cost you money too, or you just invested a lot of time. But now you've done the healing work by yourself, right? Because whoever this is, it's like they're off, they're living their best life. They don't know you, they don't need you. And some of it is a show, just so you know, like I'm seeing that this person is definitely overcompensating. So if you have any access to this person, just know that what they're showing you, it's not where they're really at. I feel like this person is actually coming through as someone who's struggling. If you see them with a partner, everything that's going on, like whatever you're seeing is not really the case, because I think they took a partner just to try to make you come back or to make you feel like you weren't good enough. It's kind of like that one last punch in the back of the head as you're walking away, or as you're finally inserting boundaries, like, hey, you know what, I don't like the way you treat me. It's almost like this person is trying to do something to make you feel worse. Like, well, you could take this with you when you go. Now I'm giving someone else, exactly what I should have been giving you throughout this whole time. And I acted like it was such an issue. So I need to make it very public that you're not worth my time, or that I found someone so much better. And it's really to make you feel like very, very small, right? If there was something that maybe you were trying to get this person to do and it was like pushing a donkey up a hill, you may find them doing it with someone else very easily or pretending to enjoy it because they're not, like, they don't care. They're just trying to get you in your feelings because it feels like you're not in your feelings about this, right? They're trying to inspire you to either get angry enough to be like, wow, it's really screwed up that you never did that with me when I asked you like 100 times if you'd go, hiking or to a movie or whatever. But now you're with someone else and it's so simple for you to like do these things and make it public. They want you to be in your feelings because they want you to see that they're like somewhere else and very committed, or that, it's so easy to do things for someone else other than you, blah, 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 right? They're really, it's all just a game to try to get you to come back. But what this behavior is actually doing to you is it's making you look at this person in a way that it's like, wow, you're really gross, right? It's not, if anything, it's repelling you more. It's inspiring you to find the part within yourself that doesn't care about this person so that you can move on with that part of you, right? Like, okay, this was a thing. It made me stronger and better because of it. But even in the aftermath, the way this person is behaving is just so disgusting that what would they even say? What could they say, right? There's really nothing to be said here simply because this person is digging their hole even deeper, right? They're trying to get a rise out of you. And I feel like if you are able to see this, it's so unattractive to you that it's just like, not only do I think this person is never going to do anything different, but I also don't look at this person the same simply because this is unacceptable behavior, right? This is showing me everything I need to see. It's time for me to move forward. I've grown too much to deal with someone who plays these strange games. This is just gross, right? It's very gross energy. So what I like about this is that you're not letting it get under your skin. If anything, this person choosing other people or being distant, it's putting you in a place where you're choosing yourself, right? You're not going to try to create with somebody that has these very like deep manipulative undertones, right? Like if they're not getting their way, instead of communicating and saying, this is how I feel, how do you feel? They'll go try to pick a partner to do things with that are very public and have you just sitting there. And that's just so damn disrespectful that I feel like for you, you're not even looking for this person to do anything anymore because you realize that it's almost like they have this, they're on a loop where they do the same thing. Like you can kind of guess what the person is doing when they're gone simply because you've seen it so many times, and they only have like a couple of tricks in their bag or a couple of tools in their box where it's like, okay, first they try to make me jealous, then that doesn't work, then they disappear, then that doesn't work, then they delete their social media and I don't reach out, then they come back, right? So this person is cycling through those tools or those tricks. It's kind of like their mode of operation. And because you're not responding to any of it, and it's not because you're trying to like be strategic or take the high road even, it's because you genuinely are looking at this like it's the same thing over and over, and it's time to do something else, right? You just don't have the energy for this, right? Because you're not playing the game, right? I feel like when the messages start coming in, when you are getting up and living your life, you're not wanting to be alone anymore. You're not wanting to feel bad about this. You're genuinely looking for something new, or not even looking, but just like you're open, right? You're open to it. That's when this magician energy gets activated in a different way from your person, because they realize that you're not coming back, right? They're going to have to be the ones to do something because it's just, you're just not. And I think that is totally different than anything this person has experienced from you before, right? you're not pressed about this at all. If anything, in their absence, they're just turning you off more and more. And it's like re-solidifying your decision to go do something else with someone else. Now, as I'm looking at what's coming towards you, the sun in the reverse, followed by the star in the reverse. So you have zero faith in this person, right? I think that it's very possible they'll try to send some kind of message saying that they made the wrong decision, that they should not have put people over you. This person could even be saying, like, I've been working on myself, when you know they're not, right? Like, with what we're seeing here, you're working on things with other people, and when that's not validating you and Gemini's not returning, now you have to figure out how to get Gemini back, right? So what's the first thing we can say? Well, I've been working on myself, right? I was holding on to things that I needed to let go. I've moved on. I've changed. I've done some really, really hard work. I feel committed to you. I've come to the realization that you're what I want. You're where I want to be. This could even be somebody who got someone in their life just to leave that person for you, to make it seem like there's some grand like display of, oh, I had this awakening that the person I was with was not the one and you're it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all kind of baloney, right? And I saw that in April, where it was like this person was using someone to practice being a significant other with, right? Which is trash. I mean, check out the video if you haven't. But it feels like the experiment is over, and now they've gotten the tools they need to be able to come towards you and be like, I know how to be the best boyfriend. I know how to be the best girlfriend because I've been practicing with someone else and I don't love them. It was all for you, right? It's just creepy. This person's kind of a creep. And I think that with this Knight of Cups in the reverse, for, how this sun in the reverse will affect you, you're going to feel creeped out by this person, right? You're going to feel turned off by whatever revelation they've had, whatever their reason is for their behavior. It's going to look like manipulation to you, even if they're trying harder or trying in ways that perhaps they haven't in the past, right? It's going to look like they just want what they want. Yeah, King of Wands. So you're going to be viewing this person as somebody that, even though they have this idea of like what they're going to do now, very well that could change based on the weather, based on the color of this person's t-shirt, right? Like, there's something about this person where they either have unresolved karma within themselves or other people. And so even if they have the best of intentions, they're not going to be able to follow through at this time. And I think if you look at this person's life, you're going to see that really nothing in their life has changed since last time you spoke to them. So like if they have a toxic family dynamic, they're still dealing with that and, super like giving to it. Or if they're, doing weird stuff with baby moms or baby dads, or, what I'm saying? Like, this person, nothing in their environment has really changed. And I feel like for you, you really believe that you kind of create your own environment, right? Or at the very least, if something is not, if something's not for you, you can get rid of it, right? Whereas this person they nurse all their wounds. It's like every time this person starts to heal, they rip their wounds back open. This person thrives on toxicity. They don't want to change. They want to stay where they are. And I think you'll get an offer from them. I don't know how much you'll be attracted to this offer because you're coming through with Knight of Cups in the reverse. I honestly think you won't even be emotional to this person. You wouldn't be emotionally available if they were talking to you, right? Because you view them as being somebody that is not worth the investment. And that's sad when you get to the point with somebody where it's like, it's not even worth it to talk to you about how I feel, because then I feel even, more foolish when we have these deep conversations and you go back and do what you've always done. Like, you're at a point where it's not even worth talking about, not even worth entertaining, simply because you've seen every episode of this show. You've seen all the seasons. That's all there is to it. And it's now what's left for it to be canceled, for it to be picked up by Netflix, right? There's this person doesn't have a lot to them, so that expires pretty quickly. I think people's interest in them because they're very much a one note song, right? Knight of Swords coming out in the reverse for your opportunity, which is kind of a weird opportunity. And that's what I was saying. Like, some of your cards get a little strange down here. So let's clarify them. I think that if there's anything that's been holding you back, you're 100% going to be able to resolve that. You know, if you've been like maybe waiting for this person, I'm not saying this isn't your person. I'm just saying for now, they're just not in a good place, right? I feel like you have an opportunity to reevaluate why you would give up on your future or like manifesting someone new to be with someone that just feels so stuck and so lower vibrational, right? It's almost like the universe is going to show you, if you've been wanting this person to like grow or change, you're going to get an opportunity to see that it's not moving, right? It's not moving forward. And it really could be because there's something else for you at this time. You know, it's almost like you're getting the opportunity to release this, but to feel really solid in that decision because you're not wondering, right? If it's been a long time and there's no change, right? Or perhaps you've been distant and so you're thinking, oh, I really hope this person has leveled up. You're going to get the opportunity to see how waiting for this or like holding space for this is actually to your detriment. Okay. There is someone for you. You got Emperor, you got King of Cups, but it comes after the Three of Swords. So if this is your twin, if this is the person that you feel like is your other half, what I'll say about that is not all twin flame connections end in union. And that's kind of what this is looking like. Like, if you are going to have a union with this person, it would be for, you know, it wouldn't be for a very long time because it's just going to be temporary. Like, anytime you come back to this person, it would literally be temporary. Simply because there's no grounding, there's no footing, there's no stability. This is like, you have to walk completely away from this, build a whole new life somewhere else with someone else, go through that whole relationship, grow, learn, do you, before this person would even be able to be like, oh, hey, got my credit fixed, right? Stopped sleeping around and finally blocked my exes. You know, I mean, you can do what you want because you have free will. But the hard part is that whatever this person is offering you, and it looks like there will be an offer, it only leads to you investing a lot and then wondering if you're ever going to get it back at this time. You know, maybe 10 years, 6 months, 26 months. I don't know, because it looks like you've been waiting on this for a while, right? Or not waiting, but it's what has occupied your heart space, right? Even if you're moving on and doing other things. So, Nine of Swords, as your advice, I think that you and this person are definitely energetically connected, because as soon as you make the executive decision to be like, they're not going to be what I need, and that's okay, I deserve better, and you start moving, there they are, right? Causing some kind of confusion to you. And I feel like that's why the Nine of Swords is your advice. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Try not to get into a space where you're like really, really sad. And I know that's easier said than done, but you're not missing out on an opportunity, because this was never an opportunity. Okay. Not in this form, not with this person the way that they are. You're not missing out on some grand thing. And that's really what this person wants you to feel when they go find other partners and they try to like make it look like they're happy family or whatever, right? They want you to feel like you've missed out on something great. But in all honesty, this is not real. None of this was real, right? You're not missing out on any opportunity because there was no opportunity about this. Okay. It's an opportunity to sabotage your progress and your growth, to run your life into the ground, or to make yourself crazy dealing with this. But this was never available to you. And I think if you think back in your dealings with this person, this has never been something that was tangible that you could hold on to. So whatever you're feeling, I'm not saying it's imaginary at all, but I need you to understand that this is imaginary in this moment, because it cannot be real. This person, they cannot be real to you, because they don't know how to be real to themselves, right? It's time to go live your life. And it does look like this person and you may reconcile in 7 years. So, I mean, maybe in you knowing that it could be 7 to 9 years before this person is where they need to be in a way that they could actually stay in one place, right? Maybe that will give you what you need to know that it's okay to do something else, because there is something else for you, but you can't walk away to find it because you're trying to hold up the tower that is this relationship, instead of just letting it fall and realizing that it's not, at this time, it's not an option, right? I do think this person will keep contacting you throughout the years, but it really looks like with the level of maturity that they're at, it would be like 7 to 9 years. Because right now, this is showing that this is a no-go and that there's somewhere else that, wow, you're supposed to be. And it's almost like until you go build this big, beautiful life for yourself and you're being cherished by other people, your career has taken off in a way that it's not just you're successful at your career, but you've built a career that's so authentically you. It's like, I don't know if you guys are building a brand or if you're branching out from whatever you're doing, but it's like you move into this space of Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. The only thing missing is the Queen of Cups, right? But you guys will be living your purpose. You'll be so committed to yourself, you know, to your fitness, to your glow up, to your money, to your education or whatever, right? That's when this person will see that you were the best thing they ever had. Right now, this person just looks at you as someone that will always be there, but they don't see your value. They don't see your worth. And that's why they're so comfortable with trying to make you feel unworthy. You know, I think if someone is showing you how little they regard you, you should believe that that's how they feel about you. You know, even if you think like, oh, behind the scenes, I feel something else. Well, what do you see, right? What are you seeing? Because it's not until you choose to go off on every part of like, I'm going to go so hard and get my MBA, and I'm going to go so hard and I'm going to open these corporations. I'm going to go so hard and I'm going to become a fitness model, or, you know what I'm saying? It's not until you go hard in every single area of your life, right? Except for love for some reason. You know, I'm not seeing much about love here for you. I think maybe the next, and I know you guys are going to be like, Chanel, why would you say that? But I really think the next few years for you are going to be about living your best life on your own, you know, having great experiences with people and maybe having some relationships that could be kind of casual, right? Or they're just kind of fun. But ultimately, you're going to move into a space where you just value your peace and what you're building so much that if something doesn't resonate with you, you're not going to stay long enough to wait for it to blow up. You know, so I'm not trying to forecast you guys being single for the rest of your lives. But for some of you, that's actually a relief because you really feel like this is who you're supposed to be with. So it's like, okay, cool. You know, I have other things to work on. I'm fine. For those of you who are like, this person can kick a brick and I don't want to wait, you know, you can go do what you want. That's what you're actually being advised to do, is do exactly what you want to do, right? And live your truth. And you will end up with exactly who you're supposed to end up with, whether it's this person or not, because you're going to be shining, right? Let me get you some oracle cards. Sorry for those of you that are like hell-bent on this person and you're like, what do you mean all this time? But yeah, they're very far behind. You know, they're very far behind in a way that it's like, you can't tell this person how valuable you are. You can't even show this person how valuable you are through things that you do for them. It's like you literally have to pour all of that into yourself to the point that you become this phoenix or have some like super amazing life turnaround, right? That this person's gonna be like, man, I really screwed up, right? You got only time will tell. So sorry for those of you that are like wanting this in this moment. But I really think if you direct your energy to other things, you're going to see so much success that for those of you who are waiting on this, you wouldn't even miss this person simply because the more you elevate, the less this will resonate with you, whether you love them or not. And I think that's what you've already been going through, right? You got, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Let's get one more. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Bottom of your deck, twin flames, your passion ignites. So I mean, just focus on building the best life for yourself and making yourself happy in every single way possible. This person, I mean, hopefully they'll get it together sooner than what I'm seeing. But this is kind of what you're looking at. And if you want to not feel the way you're feeling, maybe stop looking at this person because they're going to keep showing their ass, for some time. I don't know. That's kind of how the twin flame dynamic is. The more you give to yourself, the more this person will give to you. Right now, there's already that deficit because you've given them so much. They still think they're king of the mountain, right? You have to keep giving to yourself because right now they think they're way up here. You're way down here. You've been giving to yourself, but you're still at that deficit where they're looking down on you, right? So you have to keep giving and giving and giving to yourself to the point that they're like, oh, wow, right? All right, guys, good luck with this. I will speak to all of you again soon, but you take very good care of yourselves. Bye.